Welcome back to the Zion Diaries, episode 4. It seems as though at the beginning of every episode, I tell you my plans for this batch and my plans for the rest of 2025 and things like that. And then by the end of the episode, things change. And in the new episode, I discuss the changes. So in the beginning of last episode, I said I was going to try to get into other national parks. Well, that is not going to happen yet because Zion asked me to become a permanent vendor, as you heard in the end of the last episode. So that's what I'm going to focus on for right now, is just Zion. And then sometime next year, I will try to get into other national parks. So since I keep telling you my plans and then changing my plans, I'm just going to tell you right now, I have no plans. I can't remember if I said this in the last episode or not, but I have spoke to Zion and cleared everything. So now I will be changing the design of the lizard mug since it's so time intensive. I am changing it from sculpting it to just painting it, similar to the Roadrunner design. So now if you own one of these lizard mugs, it is now considered limited edition. So congratulations to you, you have a limited edition mug. Last 4 are on their way to Zion, so there are only 4 left. That is so awesome for me to say. I think that's so crazy and so exciting, and I'm super excited to make this new lizard mug. Now let's get to work. I am so excited to be back to work and to be getting these pots done. Although I am on quite a time crunch, I'm trying to get these done as quickly as possible to get them out before I go on Christmas vacation. There has been a delay in the process and I wasn't working for about a month, which will be discussed later in more detail, but I'm finally back to work and now I only have a few weeks to get this whole entire batch done before I go on Christmas break. So I'm working overtime, I'm working like crazy all day, all night. I'm going as hard as I can without sacrificing any quality to get this done as quick as possible. Part of the delay and the reason why I wasn't working for the last little while was because I wanted to change the design of the lizard mug and I needed to get it approved by corporate and get that sorted out to make sure it was all clear, because I can't just go doing that and then give them the product. I have to make sure that they're okay with that. So yeah. As I talked about in the beginning of the video, corporate did approve it, and I will now be making the lizard mug more like the Roadrunner mug, where it is painted and carved instead of a sculpture. The reason for this is because the lizard mug as a sculpture was so time consuming and honestly draining for me. I hated making it. I loved the end result because it was so cute, but I hated making a whole batch of them and it was a struggle. But now it will be a lot easier and a lot more simple. And since I would add the sculpture to the mug, that adds thickness, which would make drying a lot slower, which was also taking up a lot of time in the process and slowed me down. So I really just wanted to quicken my pace and be able to get these mugs done quicker and quicker. As you can see here, I'm very happy to be working. I'm jamming to my music and just having a good old time. I've really been happy getting to work. This is my last official batch of me just working full time before I have to go back to school. So I'm really enjoying it and having a good time before I have to figure out how to split my time between school and work. And don't worry, because you will be a part of that. That will be going on in episode 5 of the Zion Diaries. So yeah, you have that to look forward to. I was super excited because it was the first snow of the season here in Utah, and sadly the last because it hasn't snowed since. But I have a lot of work going on, pieces drying, pieces that need to be trimmed, lots of reclaims, so much is happening. I think today is day 6, but I don't really know for certain. The point is, I've got a lot of pottery done, and I have a lot of pottery to finish today. I just have to trim, handle, and decorate those, and the big bowl does not matter. This is my last batch of pottery before I go on Christmas vacation, and then before I start the spring semester of school, which I am for certain going this time. It's all cleared, everything's great, it's already set up, so I'm going. I'm not canceling on that. But anyways, the point is, this is my last batch of pottery for 2025, I guess. And so yeah, I'm trying to just hurry and get it all done before I have to leave, because I want to be able to ship it out before I leave, because I will be on Christmas vacation for 2 weeks. So I'm trying to just get it done, and I should be able to get it done rather quickly, especially because I have the majority of it done now. I just have to finish up some of those pots that you saw, and then after that I have 10 pots left to throw, and then, you know, trim, handle, decorate, all that stuff. So I should be done in the next 2 or 3 days, which is really exciting, and then we can fire stuff and get moving. I'm really happy to be back to work. For about like a month-ish, I was just working on fun little side projects and Christmas gifts that I wanted to make for people and work for my website, things like that, while I was waiting for Zion to get back to me, because we were kind of like in limbo, like trying to figure out what we were gonna do, because I needed to up my pricing, and they needed to order a batch, and I wanted to change the lizard mug, and there was like a bunch of changes that we were trying to work out. And at the same time, the people who own the Zion Lodge also own a lot of ski resorts, so they were busy trying to get those back up and running for the ski season. So it was very hectic and very difficult to try and work that out, but we finally worked it out. So now I'm back to work, and I'm really, really happy to be back to work. Technically, I was working the whole time. It's not like I just wasn't doing anything, but I was not doing full-time. I was just kind of slowly working on some fun side projects, things for my website, Christmas gifts, things like that, which actually ended up being really great because I had enough time to make something extra special for someone this Christmas, which I will not be announcing here. If you want to watch it, you're going to have to go find my other YouTube video on it. Anyways, the point is, I had enough time to do all the fun stuff I wanted to do, which was great. And now I'm back to work. Anyways, I need to actually go get to work because I have a lot of stuff to do today. Here's a peek at the brand new lizard mug. I am so excited. I love it so much, and I think it is the cutest thing ever. So I think I lied. I think last time I was talking to you in the purple sweatshirt, it was day 4, and now today's day 6. I don't know, I don't remember, and I'm not sure I really care that much. But besides all of that, I am here to say that today is my last official day of the creation process. So I have all these mugs down here that need to be trimmed, handled, and decorated. And then once that is done, they are just going to be left out to dry. And then once they're dry, we're going to fire everything. Today is Wednesday, and I'm hoping to fire either Thursday or Friday, which sounds crazy and ridiculous because I have these wet pots over here that aren't even done yet. But the plan is tomorrow, Thursday, I'm going to send all of the dry pottery off to the kiln, and then on Friday I will take the remaining amount there. That way I can control how they dry and make sure that they dry quickly. So yeah, I'm almost done with the creation process, and then we'll get on to firing and glazing. This is completely off topic, but I did want to show you how I essentially dressed up like a gingerbread man today, and I'm very proud of it. I've got gingerbread earrings, a nice tan shirt, some brown sweatpants, and gingerbread socks. I wanted to record a quick little clip because I wanted to just show you how funny it is that I'm sitting here eating a sucker while trimming pots, and then I got this on video and I was like, ooh, that's beautiful. Everything is dry and ready to be packed up and sent to the kiln for a bisque fire, minus the 9 pots that I made the previous day. So those are still drying now, and then I will take them to the kiln the following day. Recently, I got a new kiln for a size upgrade. It's double the size of my old kiln. And on the first official firing where I fully loaded it, we had too much pottery still. We had to do 2 firings. In transportation to the kiln, 2 mugs broke. They were in the trunk of the car, and when we opened the trunk, the box slid out and they shattered. It's okay though, because I always make extras so that if something like this happens, it doesn't really matter if they break because I still have the amount that I need. And just like that, the kiln's been fired and it's time to glaze. Today was day 2 of glazing, and I haven't recorded any of it because I've just been locked in, go, let's get this done. Because I have about like 70 pieces to glaze, and I'm on a time crunch because it's a long story. Let me gather myself so I can explain. So I'm on a time crunch for multiple reasons. The first thing is this Thursday, today is Monday, I need to fire all of these pots and get them done because on Friday I have to send out my kiln controller to the manufacturer so they can fix something for me. So pretty much what's going on with that is I have a digital touchscreen kiln controller and it works great. I can fire the kiln as usual. But since it's like a whole touchscreen, it has a lot of cool features like being able to track the firing. And I'm not able, sorry, I'm so tired, but I am not able to access any of that information because for whatever reason, the kiln controller will not hook up to Wi-Fi. Apparently there was like a whole like internet update back in like April of 2022 or something. I don't really remember the date, but I remember it was in April. Anyways, my kiln controller, I didn't have it at the time, but whoever had it was not using it and it was shut down, turned off, so it did not get the update that it needed to. And so now it's like stuck back in the year that it was last used. And we are unable to just go through on the regular controller and just like do an update because it just will not let us. And so we've been talking with the manufacturers and they were like, you know what, just go ahead and send it to us and we will just fix it for you and send it back to you. So that's pretty much what we're trying to do. So today is Monday and I need to get these pots finished and fired on Thursday so that on Friday we can send the kiln controller out because we are trying to get it out before they go on Christmas break so that they can get it and finish it before the new year because I'm going to need the kiln in the new year. So that is the first time crunch that we're having. The second time crunch is I am going on Christmas vacation on December 20th and I want to get these pots done and finished and packed up and shipped out before I leave, which, let's be honest, probably not going to happen, but that's what I want to shoot for. So I need to once again get them fired on Thursday so that I can get them home, sand them, finish them, pack them up, and get them on my website for Zion to purchase. So I am just rushing, well, not rushing. No quality is being sacrificed. I want you to know that. But I'm just like chugging along, getting through things as quickly as possible, just working as hard and as long and as late as I possibly have to get it all done. And now there is a hang up that might just throw everything off completely. So I'm out of, I think, 2 or 3 glazes that, 0, completely none. I have none of them and I need them for the Zion pottery. I ordered them in perfect time so they would arrive here exactly when I needed them. And they were supposed to get here today. But I'm assuming you can guess, based on this and based on the fact that I'm telling you, they did not get here today. It says that they are in Salt Lake, or no, it says that they left Salt Lake and are moving through I don't know, something, saying that they're moving to the next facility, which means that they should have been here today. Because it said that they were moving from Salt Lake to my house, like, on Friday, I think, and today's Monday. So they should have been here. There should have been another update saying, like, yo, they're going to be here in a few days. And no, there's not. So I'm a little bit stressed. I'm a little bit worried. I'm really, really hoping and praying that they will be here tomorrow, but we will see what happens. The lizard mug is looking so freaking cute. And also, don't worry, my supplies came the following day and everything was fine and I was saved. Glazing took me about 4 days and I got all of it done and I was able to pack everything up and send it to the kiln to be fired, and then it got fired and we had some mistakes, but the lizard mug turned out beautiful. The mistakes that were made were on both of the narrow mugs, so this one and the white clay design, and this one blistered really, really bad and looks so terrible on the inside, and the other one just has some discoloration. So what happened was we just got this kiln and we have been trying out different programs to figure out what will work for us. And we found one that was all right, but then I kind of just totally forgot about it because I was making pottery and just didn't even think about it. And so we put the pots in and fired it, and then I was like, oh, like I didn't do any testing. I didn't think about anything, like I didn't even figure that out. I just kind of went with it. And I was like, well, we just have to hope and pray that everything turns out fine. And as you saw, not everything turned out fine. Luckily there were only 2 of the designs, just both of the narrow designs that didn't turn out. Everything else turned out so beautiful. So I'm grateful for that. So I'm gonna go on Christmas vacation, and when I come back, I'll have to remake both of those designs. But the good part is I had some other pots to go into the kiln, and we fired those on a new program, and they turned out so gorgeous, so beautiful. So we finally found the program that's going to work for us, and we're going to stick with that. So it should be great. It should be good. Everything should work out just fine. So yeah, that's the plan. So yeah. As I said, I will have to come back from Christmas vacation and finish up this batch. I've already talked to Zion about that, and they're okay with it. But I won't bore you with that since you've already seen me go through the whole process. I will just let you go. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Zion Diaries. I'm so grateful you're here, and I hope you're enjoying the content. I can't wait to see you in the next episode. But before you go, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.